one or something. And I rapped the bass verse. Took me to the studio same night. So 8 months later, I ain't go to school. 8 months later, I get a record deal. I went to the school. I go down to Memphis because I did so get up. So I'm like, well, I don't know how to do music. So like the next day, he had me, producer at the studio. He kind of like I'm like, I ain't on the road to rap. Right hand of God, never road to rap. And he was like, but you recited that pretty good,
Right.
So I started doing it, listening to somebody else, and then it started me out, right? So I did a little demo song. It was weak as fuck. I did a little demo. You know what I'm saying? So I was scared to call him after that. And I know he gonna say I ain't got what it take. You know what I'm saying? With everybody to school. So I was nervous to call them. Went down to the school, went to visit, and get the Memphis. And man, chilling with my cousin, I happened to call him. And he's like, man, I think I want this song. I'm coming back. I don't know I gotta go to school. Like, you ever coming back? I'm like, it ain't started. School ain't started yet, but you gotta get back. As soon as you get back, as soon as you get back, come to the studio. It's 100 phone up on us. And tell my teachers up there, mine was a place of, we want to come to the studio, you know what I'm saying? First initial beats that I had, he ain't making promises like that. Man, he ain't sell me no promises, no dreams, nothing like that. But when I got him, when he was playing the song, then he like this. He's like, look, man. See, he was like, if I see you coming to the studio every day, he gave me like a pen and pad. But I want to see you writing. I hope you come every day. You want to. And I see you consistently doing that. Yeah, I promise you a record deal. And bro, the only reason I took it, I look next to all my homies. I'm like, shit, we all like we play our life. And I was like, can't none of us do this.
Get something new.
I was like, can't none of them do this. So it was something I felt I had, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know what it was. But I got something stand out about what he said. And I just kept working at it until you on this album, R, the double CD, Red and Black. Put me on there, come to the song called Ride. Noriega.
Yeah, I know exactly. That was back when Nori was.
Yeah, Nori was popping. He was hot. He was smoking hot.
Smoking hot.
Yeah, then after that, like a year go by, I started working on TP2.com. And I was there for that whole process. So I went to song Fiesta. Then did the remix with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
So now I brought one of my homies from my neighborhood to rap with me because I was like, I used to be watching other rappers. I'm like, nobody really rap by themselves.
Right.
And it used to take me a long time.
Like back then, it was like groups.
It was like groups. You needed somebody with you. And it took me a long time. Like, I was super overthinking at that point. So I was like super perfectionist with mine. So like one verse might take me like 2 weeks. Because I was super perfectionist. I started over. I was super perfectionist. When you got somebody that you can kind of, bounce off of that. And then if you went to New York and the Trackmasters, they were that's who actually did the fact to Fiesta. They were super big company. And I don't know, they don't get a lot of love right now. They made so much money. They wrote the song, Getting Jiggy with It in Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Will Smith.
Will Smith, yeah.
They had 50 Cent signed to them, like 99. I did a song with 50. That's when I learned to rap.
Right.
I saw them in New York, like, look, going from one song to the next. In the same day, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, it's taking me that long. And I see Nas, and that was the day it clicked to me. Nas, I'm rapping. And then nobody really do that. Right. It was like a handful of pieces. It was like Twister, Piece of Conflict, Do or Die. Mind you, they all was from like my neighborhood, so I was never in no like cipher circles.
Right.
So when I get on, they're like, damn, what the fuck is this nigga? What do you do to get him? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't know. Like, nobody took me to him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, my alliance is with a lot of people. It don't align with a lot of people.
Right.
Like, if you think of the ones, like, people like, I ain't gonna say their names, but who helped in the city get somebody record play.
Right.
Like radio play.
Radio. Don Cena, like how they helped Kanye. I ain't had that. Cause nobody took me. And honestly, I wouldn't even rap with somebody from my neighborhood with them. Like, hey, you wrong. I wouldn't have believed him.
Like,
Only,
gas?
yeah, nigga,
Yeah.
you know, and a lot of people get gassed by that.
Right.
Somebody, a big homie put money up for them, all of that, but they don't know nothing about the music business at all. Only reason I went, because it was good. This is like, at that time, Kels could have been equivalent to like Drake.
Great, yeah.
Yeah,
Back
at
then.
the time.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
That time.
And every time he put me around, I remember I had like a little, and this like a rap was, it was the Chinese Sea era,
Right.
the Diddy shit. So I was with that. You know what I'm saying?
Velour suits and shit.
Yeah. So every time he'd do like a little test, like, hey, we have some people come to the studio and shit, listening to the shit. He might come say, hey, yo, and like 45 minutes, I want you to come in the room and come do that song. But then get your shit together.
Right.
So this little routine, it's one little song I had. You're trying to see what kind of reaction I was getting. So I was the youngest. So you know, you got that little girl shit is one. Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
It must have been on this person, but it was gone.
Right.
Foxy Brown, all the kind that was in the school. They always come up, oh, you're cute. You know, young in the state. So from there, you're like, nah, I'm not the control. You know what I'm saying? And then, it's funny, I seen Kiss last night.
Jada?
Yeah, my first seen Kiss, and when I didn't know no rappers, like I ain't know.
Because you knew basketball.
Well, I ain't know no rappers, no shit like that. So I always kind of be in the cut. And then, you know, Chicago, you ain't gonna get no love. Like, I don't care how big you are.
Trying to stay out the streets.
Yeah, they ain't really give you no love like that. Like, man, because people, Chicago is very, like, I should say, like, especially now, it's crazy. Everybody think they're a celebrity or something. So they don't really give no love to a person.
Inside is on the South, though.
Yeah, they'll be like,
Yeah. Because they look at you for who you used to be, not who you become.
I got people at the school and you still look at me as that.
Right.
Don't want to call me.
You know,
Wouldn't want to call me, bitch. That's my real nickname.
Right.
Where, I was gonna say, where did Bugatti get from?
So when I was in the booth, Zuan got it. So with Zuan got it, you know, we couldn't think of a name. Like we was really like not rapping at all. My man got it, he just get out of jail. He be the murder. He like go faggot. Older than me, but he was selling the CD out the trunk. And I knew him. I'm like, damn, how you do that? You know what I'm saying? Now he was sure that was independent game, like Master P, was Jay, all of us doing. Then I come right into it, like going to the league, high level. So I just knew to show up at the studio. Like even now, I don't know how to record myself and shit. Like a lot of these kids know how to do.
Right.
Like that's what
Self-taught,
what make them dope. You know what I'm saying? They could make a fucking platinum album out of their room. So that's why they don't want to listen to that. Tell me,
Right.
I made it this way.
Technology is different, but that
We had like a development.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It took me about
They don't got that now.
I don't got that now. And that really,
That's what fuck everything up.
that fuck a lot.
That fuck everything up. Because they be feeling like they bigger than what they is, but they don't know the business aspect of it. And they end up having that one song and you don't hear from them no more.
One hit wonder?
Yeah. Or they get down on themselves. And there's a lot of cats be asking me, and then they don't like the, see, it's a two-headed monster. Some people like people ask me to manage or for some situation, but I'm also an artist too.
Right.
So, and I mean high level. So for R.Kelly, I get signed with Cash Money. I get in the studio.
She told me about that. It was funny when she said Cash Money. When I you know who I asked you, do you know who Starlito is? You look like Starlito. Yeah. She don't know who it is. She was like, I was trying to put her on last night. Yo, she said, I ain't trying to hit that. But he can really rap though. He really like that.
I was like that when I first was there. It was bounce rappers.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that name, I'm like, what? You're that legend. I'm like, what? Sing like bounce music. So that opened me up to the South.
So when you hear the Cash
Now
Money.
when I get the Cash Money, it's a difference. Juvie and BG and Turk, they like leaving. You know what I'm saying?
Soulja Slim was alive still around that time. He probably died.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah.
This was like 2000.
Okay, yeah, he passed right there.
Yeah, he passed right there. So now when I get the Cash Money, Birdman and Slim, they got major figures out there. Was Gilly the Kid is in this game.
Yeah.
So he on there. A guy from Chicago. He calls himself Mickey Hofstad now. You know Mickey that owns Chemistry
Lighthouse.
and Lighthouse, yep. So he was signed too. And me and Gotti come. Now you got Wayne there. Now you got rappers. You know what I'm saying? And the attention ain't all on that.
Right.
Like when Kel's attention was all on. No, so I really wasn't worried about. I wasn't really worried about my slot getting to
Right.
nothing like that. So the difference is when we get with Cash Money, I remember like about the first week there, we there, Manny Fresh cooking up. He's cooking up this hook. He said, "Oh yeah, that's something that they say in New Orleans." So they playing the beat. It's kind of like a mainstream. You could tell it was radio friendly type song. So all of the rappers, they don't want to get on there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then Gotti's like, "Oh damn." So then Slim was like, "It's gonna be a single." Think about us. Give him my pen. Oh yeah, what you saying? And it was like a chanting type song. But the plus that we did that and got on that, it ended up it was the second single released from the Hood Rich. Big Time was out.
Big Time.
Right after Jada, right after that. So we had a video. Now, for us getting on the video, Universal, like he had to come out, man. So sometimes you gotta kind of like put yourself out there. Don't worry about, you know what I'm saying? See, then we'll worry about lyrics.
Right.
Yeah, then we was worrying about
Both of them.
Okay. That's good.
And the same was kind of mixed in. Oh, that. You all enjoy?
Thank you.
sure.
Yeah, could you take the cups out?
Oh, that one was sorry.
Sorry.
And thank you all doing. Oh, we're going to be on one check today or separate checks?
Let's put on one.
Okay.
Yeah, but cats got developed now. The beat.
So when you was with Cash Money, how they said like y'all was in the studio all day long. It was like that for real.
Yeah, that was it. That showed me how to hustle.
Right.
You know, so Pimp was the same way. He was in the studio all the time, but R&B a little bit different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't think you had to spend as much time on like rap. You know what I mean?
Right.
When you're in there and you got somebody like Manny Fresh, and you watching him cook up, and he can tell you the difference in why he made. You know, I remember one day I see Wayne in there telling him, I think, what was that song? He had Set It Off. Like, Wayne, why you don't make no shit like that? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, because people want to hear you. So I give you the simplest shit possible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you saying a lot. So he knew how to, like, tailor make. He knew how to tailor make shit to me. And that's what a lot of guys miss now. I can tell the difference with somebody who like get a beat from an email and nobody never really picked it up with them. You can tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? I can tell the difference if that's the new thing they do, punch in. Yeah. I can tell like somebody like punch in, which means it's like cut and paste.
Oh,
Like, you could do it right. So like
you do your verse and then you redo it and then cut it in.
you can say like
he stopped.
you can say like
oh,
four bars, right?
play that back. All right,
You can
play
like
that back.
16 bars like this, right? Like you can say 4 bars. I say the 4 bars, leave it, go do what you go do, come up with some more, start where you stop there.
All right.
And they piece it in. I could tell when some people do that, you know what I'm saying, when it doesn't. Now we used to have, I hate saying this, but we used to have to rap from the top to the bottom. You know,
Straight.
You mess up,
That's
you gotta start from the top. On the real. So it was always queued up. Remember your shit. Remember your shit. Remember your shit. Remember your shit. Then we went to the level. I get around and Ja Rule and them niggas not writing no more with the pen and the pad.
It was off the top of the head.
Yeah, it's called like muscle memory.
Right.
Remembering it.
That's how Jay grabbed.
Yeah, when I see that, I'm like, oh, so niggas ain't using paper no more. You know what I'm saying? And it's just really, that help you better.
When you see that as an artist, that like fuck with you, like
A little bit.
make you feel like damn, they better than me because they ain't using it.
But it don't matter though.
But is it like, because you know, like some rappers, they see a little bit more, so they can talk about it a little bit more than somebody that's just not seeing as much. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And then it depends on how you are. Like if you're a real like witty person, it's gonna really come easy to you. If you know how to for me it was all confident. Like just saying something. It's not what you saying, how you saying it.
Right.
And like if you could like you actually do a whole rap that don't even rhyme. But as long as it makes sense. So we got to do a lot of shit like now. People want to do like, kind of learn how to do that to make shit flow. Like I used to recite like a newspaper clipping. Everything on the news, like say you used to read
That's how you practice.
paragraph, yeah, to a beat.
Yeah.
So it could be at
Wow.
at 12:21, it was just coming thing. Then they came around the corner.
Shit. So then
They
you
don't even rhyme, but it makes sense.
makes sense.
But you go with the flow and the beat.
Go with the flow of the beat. That's how that makes.
I would have never thought of it like that. That's crazy.
Another thing I used to do, like you know how if you ever writing, like it's like working out. You start getting tired when you get to the end. So you gotta gotta kind of elevate. Like start is like just make me a song. I used to run like this. That song elevate. That's what made it. So
Dreams and nightmares.
so it's really hard to finish with a hard. Like your first line usually your hardest line.
Because it's like he rapping
Your
like
last
that.
line be like
Yeah.
shit. You know what I'm saying? So I used to do shit like use my last line, rap my rap backwards. So when I started, when I started with, end with,
And with it.
you know what I'm saying? So try it both ways. And it's the hardest shit in the world. It's like, it's the hardest shit ever to do. You know what I'm saying? But we have to do shit like that. Had to read the dictionary with those I pronunciating something the right way. You know what I'm saying?
All that does is make you smarter.
See, they don't do that now.
Now it
Nah,
doesn't matter.
nah, they be saying all
It
kinds
doesn't matter.
of shit.
And that's what taught me and music. Like put a pause to it. Like damn, screaming came. And I was like, well, how'd you get paid with that? They stopped opening up budgets,
Right.
and that's what really made me transition. Like damn, I'm like, well, shit, and you had to be that to be still getting feature prices. You know what I'm saying? I was doing features well. And then I'm looking at somebody like Wayne going 100 features in a year.
1 year.
Shit.
He the go-to person. He's sending that shit back and like, but he like the go-to person. And, I started seeing, I'm like, man, Springman don't really. I'm going there.
You know, equivalent.
Man, people like shows start slowing down, videos ain't running no more. So now I'm like, man, I don't know what I'm gonna do. That's one of the worst things since I'm from great. You feel like a washed up hooper then, you like, man, it's real, bro. I thought. They still trying to live off that rap shit. I used to lie to people. Man, what you got coming out next? Oh, y'all got some dropping in there in November. Cause you look at it like, I don't like to call nobody my friend, though. Somebody that supports you, so you gonna let them down. I remember one day, I'm like, all right. Fuck, I done told somebody the truth, like, man, I ain't got shit coming out. Right. Do you still fuck with me now? I don't got shit coming out. I don't know what I'm about to do. I swear. And my best friend, we like brothers. Best friend since like 9 years old. Started selling shoes, like on eBay and shit. I got to seeing that. And so, we went to, all that shit, like the sneaker convention.
Right.
Right then, I'm like, man, you know what? I'm gonna jump in this game. Let's get a steal.
That's how Fleeclub.
That's hard. Yeah, Adidas, we were selling shit like, online. They really these sneaker chats. And I had to think of my mindset. I went through so much like humble and shit. Like I didn't never know. Like I used to get shit like walk in the store and just stylists be bringing this shit off your budget. So I had went to malls and probably like this time it's like 2013. Probably hadn't really been to a mall outside of Die Hard Mall. I probably hadn't been to a mall in probably like 11 years.
You said ball hard.
Outside of
That's
that.
a big
That's what living in Miami.
Yeah, but I hadn't really been to a mall. I hadn't been, I hadn't really flew on a regular plane in a long time. We flying private and all that. So and that clicked to me too. And I'm on the plane. Private, you ain't really putting your phone off.
Yeah.
Just smoking, chilling, like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, damn, people all next to me. And I had to start like tweaking my mind different. And I thought I was too good to stand in the line and camp for the shoes. Because somebody might see me and be, girl, what you ain't coming in this line, bro? You ain't supposed to be. So all that to be
That's what y'all had?
messing with my head. Damn, ain't that living out here? Damn. Then people that I thought would be famous, that was in positions, places. Hey, can you give me who I can bring? They couldn't. All the shoes sending to me, all the free shit. So stopped. So I had to really
Get it.
So,
really get it. Humble myself.
what was your biggest challenge transitioning back to being civilian?
Back to being the biggest challenge was being real with myself and real with people and letting them know, like, you know, it's okay not to have it. You know, I tried to always have an answer for why this didn't work, why this didn't. And some people make up their own scenarios for you. Like somebody that supports you, but it don't hold you accountable. Like somebody
Like making up rumors and stuff.
saying some stuff like, man, I like playing Cash Money and promote y'all. Like, you know, y'all just
It's like that with sport.
Put it
Yeah,
in your mind, it repeat in your head.
and I had to sit and listen and think about everything.
The
When I'm hearing
outside
stuff,
try looking in who don't really know what's up.
then they put these rumors out, burning that, oh, this person money, this person money. And all these outsiders now, bloggers and like, people that never been in the circles, they making up shit. You know what I'm saying? I had to really do the shit and think, really with the paperwork with lawyers and everything. They owe me $1.
Right.
Because the contract.
Well, he
Did you look over your contract?
Hell yeah. He did everything right. I had a great deal.
Okay.
I put my album out. If you look at everybody there. Ben Gotti album was the only ones who came out of a new regime that came around. So I can't be mad. Put me on the first single, the second single after they leave the single. Didn't even know me for a year. So I'm like, sure, they gave us a shot.
Right.
You know, so all the singles did good, but our album came out, we could have been promoted, but we came out in the fourth quarter. So that's like everybody like cleaning the house. And then, they used to have these like things called BDS spins, right? And you can see your biggest market. That time, Cash Money's biggest market was Chicago. So they thought, put it out, y'all should have kids.
Right.
It's gonna take off. But it didn't work like that. Chicago don't shoot somebody next to you. Yeah. And we didn't promo tour and stuff like that. You know, and the biggest thing wasn't they bought.
Yeah, I didn't know if you said it.
You know what it was? It was the mixtape game was coming around.
Okay, that's when Wayne started
Okay.
doing the dedication with drugs.
Yeah, I get around way. See, and I wasn't a mixtape rapper.
Right.
I was. If somebody asked me, like, I was like, I always thought myself like a hitman,
Right.
a soldier. I gotta come in when I'm called.
Right.
So it was like it was a concept to a song up there. So I never wrote rap. I used to be never.
So you would have been, in a sense, nowadays, that's more of a featured rapper.
There you go.
Yeah.
Instead of an album.
Instead of an album.
So if you would have kept pushing, you could have really.
But then I started now. Well, now I'm not getting away. I see like you got the real, but I know how to write real too. But I'm like, sure. I understood what helps a hit record. I was listening to real. I was actually really listening. This gonna make a rapping a lot on a single. People not gonna remember that.
Right.
So simplicity is key. Kids gonna remember it. Women and the average consumer, they don't want to think too much.
That's why Drake's so relatable, because
There
he
you go.
relates to every
If you
goddamn
look
body,
at,
no matter
Like,
what you
like
eat.
they said, he's at like with most have called models, like he's, shopping music.
Yeah.
It's commercial. It is what it is. But you can't knock the man when guess what? You gotta he do it. He know formula and he doing it to make money, right? Well, what's the point of putting the money in to make this album? If you're not gonna get that ROI back, right?
And that's what he got in it for.
Uh-huh.
Like there's some people who do want to be underground and do got a good scene under that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So guess what? I listen to that too, so that I can be like well versed. And then start looking at when you get on the single. All right, what's Kanye West? No, it's actually Twister's song. But you think it's Kanye West Twister?
Overnight celebrity.
No, the one before that. Slow Jam.
Slow jam.
Now, did you know Twister verse? None of us really did.
I mean, if you do, but not like that, and nobody can ever repeat it the way it's him. Yeah.
You know, on Kanye,
Mhm.
light skinned girl, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So when he do a show, he don't even have to say that. So I start to write from that perspective.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm performing. So I'm gonna say stuff that's gonna be relatable that they can say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so those like the keys to me getting ahead. Now I get around Wayne, I'm looking like, oh, this is something niggas like. First time getting around him, we got to squad up. We're in the garage at his crib smoking. It's a cipher. What's on you next? Now me, I was off the top. I'm not a freestyler like that. But
How old were you at that time?
at that time, I was like 22. And Wayne was probably like 20.
Who was the rapper at that time?
What? Who was the
Who was the rapper at that? Who was the rapper at that time?
far as in the industry?
Yeah.
At that time, Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Jay, now Eminem coming.
Okay.
Yeah, Eminem, Jay, DMX.
Okay.
Not for nothing. DMX, Jay-Z, and
You said Eminem was on
Cuba
it?
now.
Okay.
Was the biggest.
People sleep on that.
They were
Okay.
the biggest thing. Now you got Ja coming in.
I was gonna say Ja Rule,
Ja
Ludacris coming in, Snoop. I remember that era, the albums. What else came out?
Before them, but Snoop still was.
But but at that time, the records that came out,
Eminem.
that was Marshall
And
Mathers.
then 50s like coming.
Yep.
And that's the mixtape era.
Yeah.
50 them was remixing all these songs. So now when I hear Wayne, they was really, I'm like, oh, okay. They really can go. He can go. You know what I'm saying? So now I got to like getting more like not writing structured raps no more. Right, so I would listen to somebody beat and be like, oh. And then Wayne pointed out something to me on the everybody put us on this Fast and Furious soundtrack, but it ended up going on mixtapes we used to have, DJ Clue.
Oh.
And Wayne was like, yeah, boy. So I know
That was
you
right.
rap.
That was Fab around that time.
Yeah, Fab was killing it.
Yeah.
Fab was killing it. Like that, he was just coming in too. And, Wayne was like telling me little techniques. Like he said, yeah, man, I listened to you on that Clue tape. Like you rhymed your first line. Said I did the first line, you rhymed the second line, but the third line, you rhymed. And I didn't think I even doing that shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was
He
like,
broke that
But
shit
the fact that
down,
somebody
broke it down.
told you what you was doing, that you knew what you
know
were
how to
doing.
break it down. I was like, oh shit. So that's what happened. So he always was one that was like a sponge and could like see something and absorb something. So he helped me start like trying to write like off sight, like actually what you're doing. Right now.
You know, and you can actually pay on the QR code there. But if not, you can always pay up front.
Thank you.
But yeah, so like shit, like he showed me how like you can write down exactly what you're doing.
Right.
Like what you talk about, making it fly away at what you're doing, you know. And people really do relate to it. And a lot of dudes be scared of that. Like you listen to cats and everybody gonna talk about they got money.
Right.
Like you really won't find the DMX now.
Right.
Somebody that speak for the have-nots. You know what I'm saying? And you need that. Like I swear, like if people don't realize, man, people gonna really relate to you.
I mean, the culture go hand in hand. It's culture at the end of the day.
Stuff that you learn from that.
Yeah. And so now leading into the store, right? So now where are you? What are you doing now?
Now, right now, I'm just really more so trying to brand the store. Not so much the store, but the brand more. Because who never knows, shoes in those days could go. I come in as a reseller.
Right.
So I never had like
I
those.
was gonna say, what's your opinion on the reselling game right now?
Right now, it's at a hard time right now.
Yeah. Is that product wise? Is it people wise? Is it economy wise? Why is that?
It's a lot of product. Before, like big juggernauts like Nike and Adidas, they would be dropping. They would drop only limited stuff. Now you can go anywhere and get all kind of things like that. So it's kind of saturated, and everybody into it.
Uh-huh.
Like, shit, what, 13 to
13 years.
16. Like my mom and
Black,
my mom
white,
plus 60, so she know about you. Like, and Pop 70, he know about you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. But they know. They be into it. So, you know, people, I didn't realize how much people, like, especially women, like, get comfortable to travel.
Yeah.
Like really have a travel outfit.
Like I said, give me a sweatsuit.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's what I was really now trying to understand. What's that thing? Like, what's your niche? Like saying, yo, can I be the person you come to if you want to travel?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I
To
think,
come shop with you,
especially for a woman.
right?
You know what I'm saying? Really, yeah. And I think now, understanding that too, women are like leading the race with a lot of stuff, entrepreneurial
Everything.
things. Like they're the face to a lot of things, and knowing how to inside that. So right now, I'm just really trying to get my creative direction. You know what I'm saying? In the right space, and be a storyteller. You know how to merge and. You know, hip hop, all this shit.
Trying to implement everything.
Yeah. That's why I live with y'all pride. And I saw it, like it was If y'all keep going, the chemistry's on.
Keep building.
Chemistry gonna build. You know what I'm saying?
The biggest
Chemistry
thing,
gonna-
consistency, that chemistry.
Mhm. And then people gonna start taking to y'all personality.
Right.
Right here, so I can tell you so you got that serious vibe about you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Chill, laid back.
Chill, laid back, but serious, but still got enough. Like welcoming too. So now I keep that. I love to see. It's exciting. It's not nothing against it. But I get tired of clapping for other people. Like the same.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, so I just want to see somebody else come up. Especially for like, that's my story. Like I tell you, I remember telling my mom, oh y'all trying to go. I did it, but then nobody did it. And I'm like, this ain't nothing. This ain't easy. A lot of us can hoop.
Right.
But this ain't easy. And then what it's gonna really be? Are we gonna really play to the NBA? You know what I'm saying? Are you gonna really? Again, got the rapping. I'll see every hooper, and they want to be
Be a rapper.
Yep.
all of them.
I mean, not just the hoopers, the football players too.
Everybody.
I
Yeah.
used to see some that would leave their fucking. I never forget, man. Me and Wayne was had a kid playing for the Knicks at the time. We had a Miami game, bro. Game was over. Like, yeah, we staying here another day. Like, cool, over here, studio, there. Man, that nigga beat us to the studio. I'm sitting out there all the so I done Wayne, all of them come.
Right.
Told, but I never had told him. Wayne actually got all of them. Come.
Right.
And then that'll be stuff we'll do.
You said all the players want to come to the studio and just kick it.
And then Wayne was giving a lot of, he was giving like something like a Chris Paul. He be giving him iPad. But no, it's called iPod.
iPod. Yeah.
So he'll have his whole albums on them shit.
Oh, damn.
And them niggas used to be geeked. And then he used to check a crazy bag. I seen the craziest shit. Hold on, now this the illest shit. It was in Houston, the fucking Super Bowl. Can't remember what year it was, but it was in Google that. So yeah, it was in Super Bowl.
Super Bowl in Houston.
In Houston, right? Wayne gets booked by like 2 promoters. One promoter, I don't know, probably just a regular street dude or something. Next promoter was this dude that played for the
2004.
2004. Yep. He was a player. He played for named Maurice Taylor, went to Michigan, but he played for he played for Houston, right?
Yeah.
So there was no room available at all. So Mo Taylor like, oh, you know, I got a condo downtown though. First though, stay there, you know, a couple of days or whatever. Bro, Wayne made so much money in like those 2 days
From appearances.
from appearance. Two appearances, 2 shows. He made so much money. He said Mo Taylor like, hey man, can I keep this? He bought the
The condo.
condo from me for a year. Then that ended up turning to a Nexus. So do you remember he enrolled in school?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. He's performance. Oh, yeah.
Me, him, and Lauren London, he would fly every he had like a class. And, you know, I'd be going, we went out to school actually, but we were going to Houston a lot. Like, that was like, Houston to New Orleans is like, so say Houston is Chicago and New Orleans is Peoria.
Okay, 3 hours.
But it's smaller. And Houston is like,
yeah, the flight's an hour too, something like
yeah,
that.
it's an hour or so. And in Houston, like when you want to go get your, I mean now New Orleans, but it was like when you want to get, I noticed that's when they go with the get that body Bentley swirling.
Because it's a bigger city.
Yeah, it's the biggest. That's
Yeah.
the biggest city.
It's bigger
That
city.
was their whole
That was right around.
That was their shit.
What's the agent dude?
Johnny Dang.
Yeah. Yep.
Before Ben Baller, yeah.
Yeah. Wait, if you know, let's go to that nigga, man, he'll be buying he'll be buying jewelry just, I'm telling you, one weekend. He didn't have albums out. And I swear, every NBA player you wanted to pay that nigga top dollar for their birthday parties,
Just show up.
just to show that.
Crazy.
Draft parties, talking about LeBron, all of that shit. You name it. You name it, that nigga was checking with no album out and just like no tapes. Real talk for like the whole year. That nigga had to check like $1 million cash. That's the only time I seen one of the duffel bag. This nigga,
Duffel bag boy.
real talk. And didn't leave. He didn't leave off the road. Nigga stayed on the road. He was in the spot's biggest deal and making Georgia and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, tough environment. You know, having the blood shit and all that. So shit, I'm going too if I'm with you.
Right.
Man, we talking, man, it's crazy. Like, damn, we gonna make it. Like
New Orleans already real.
and that's the PTSD I went through in music. Like, how long would I still do that? Like, we used to look at a lot of cats. I won't say their name. When I look at them, like, damn, bro, you still stand in the nightclub and get those $2. And it's treacherous, bro. And the promoter, they rob me, they money back. It's treacherous, bro. They didn't know if you traveled and you didn't have a gun. You know what I'm saying?
That's that chicken thing.
I seen some shit, bro. You gotta get this spot, man, for real. And you gotta nigga try to play you too. The money ain't there, all the rest of the money. Now you gotta spend for something, you know. And the stuff that you make.
Sometimes
Man, for real. Tell you. 6, gotta be careful.
They rob
You know,
you.
we so stupid.
Yeah.
Like, you know, man, I'm looking at shit like, no, we so stupid. Sit out and be like, man, the nigga really escaped. You know what I'm saying? Not thinking. They wasn't trying to like, yeah, you was good. Really picked stuff up. Yeah, I'm glad we ain't had the internet like that.
right. It's even
People
more
don't
dangerous.
pull out
You'll
the
say,
phone. They say
you'll say nowadays being a rapper is way more dangerous
It's
than
the
that.
most dangerous.
Right.
Yeah.
Man, I'm scared as hell. What's the dangerous shit in the world there?
Right.
It's the dangerous from the world there.
Somebody can see you and record it. It's 2 minutes after you get left somewhere.
You know, they can always be flipped on you the wrong way, even though that's not even the real shit. But it's so easy for something to go viral, whether it's good or bad. And the fact that people put their phones out as easy as even right now, I pull my phone out in your face. They just do it. There's no, you know, and at the same time, people do it on purpose to see a reaction.
So what y'all feel about the state of like hip hop, culture, fashion, sports? How y'all feel about it?
I think it's still evolving. It's still evolving. I think more so with the I think more of the rap music is kind of, it ain't ruining. It's kind of, it's making like prime example John Crane.
There you go.
It's like these kids nowadays, they ain't coming from the same neighborhood that we came from, and they growing up and they looking at.
They want to be that.
Instead of like back then, you had the athletes trying to be rappers.
Yeah.
They knew they limit.
Mhm.
These kids nowadays don't know
They
that.
don't.
I mean, but it's a good and a bad thing if it's done the right way. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? If
Y'all interested in y'all with 30.
30.
I'm about to be 36.
And that's funny that y'all in different era from me. Like our eras don't.
Different era and different region, like we're different places where we're from and how we were raised and grew up.
Right. So like, I think like one thing that I noticed different was when I moved to the South, like moving, getting out of, especially like say Chicago.
Right.
I tell any artist, you're not gonna make it there. You
Right.
gotta leave. You just have to, because not about your
So-
safety. That's one part.
I always use this analogy. Do you want to be a big fish in a big pond, or do you want to be a big fish in a small pond? Right? Because how you expect to grow,
Exactly.
right? To be a big fish, how you gonna be a small fish in a big pond and expect to grow
Mhm.
when there's so many other fishes around you, right?
Exactly.
So that's my analogy for that. Where in terms of what you want to do in success, you kind of want to see it. You got to take that risk. You got to
No,
take a
you got
chance
to.
to figure out which scenario do you want to be in.
For real. I would even say that for someone like you. I can't say if you ever lived somewhere, but I think sometimes the mentality of our natural toughness, it kind of blocks what you're trying to get to. Because you're not, when I would get in the South and I would see them actually, especially Atlanta. When I moved there, that was like heaven to nigga. I was like, what the fuck, man? You can go to a strip club and it look like this outside.
Outside, just to eat lunch.
$10 for that. So good,
Plus-
and you just feel like the man. Then you got something to do from Sunday to Sunday. Then the newest rapper could come out, and if Outkast, they wouldn't be looking at like, they wouldn't be hating on them. They support
They
them.
always one thing about Atlanta, they gonna stay
They
together
stay
for one.
together, and it's been that.
No matter what's going on.
For real.
There's so much money to be made. There's so much out here. So
Somebody like a young bro, he still probably make every weekend.
Something.
Killing Alabama and shit like that. See, I didn't know about that until
They still like the smaller rappers like from the South, they'll still be like Webby, like people right now.
because those are classics. Those are classics.
say we'll look at Boosie and be like, nowadays, like, yeah, he had set it off. He had all these albums.
Boosie will go down front and sell out the stadium. He can't come to Chicago and sell out the stadium. That's right. Remember I said why did Wayne do radios? Because he can't sell out United Center by himself, right? If he did a tour with Cash Money, that's different. But if he did the Lil Wayne at United Center by himself, that's not possible to sell out.
That's why you see a lot of rappers, I feel like now.
They do tours, yeah.
Pay attention, like, hey, Lil Baby, because I can relate to Lil Baby, because somebody I grew up with, Rollo, is sounding Lil Baby. Then you got Bolton Dog, yeah. Then you got.
I look at their age demographic.
Yeah.
So that was kind of different, yeah.
Exactly.
So to answer your question, instead of music, right? How hip hop and rap is right now. Like you said, they somebody go make a studio in his room.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Then start to finish a song in a day.
Yeah.
Right? It's so accessible. It's so I don't want to say
It is.
it's so accessible. It's also saturated and watered down
There you go. It is.
because it's so accessible.
Yeah. It is.
Because even with fashion, everybody wants to say or claim they're a stylist, but then it's so accessible and so watered down that you do it, but you have acid and you don't make it a complete masterpiece, right? And you just put it out there because you just want to put it out there, quality over quantity, right? I'm a quality over quantity. You got people quality over quantity over quality. I'm gonna get all 10 people. I'm a style, but nobody gonna be fire.
Right.
I touched them. Versus, no, I only work with 3 people, but they fire head to toe every time they walk out the So I think people need to have the mentality, like you said, master your craft.
Yeah, master your craft.
Study your craft, master your craft, do your research, kind of be open in different settings, different perspectives to learn.
It's more so like even anything you do, everything we do is an art. You style podcast, you rap, you play ball. I play ball too. That's an art. You have art to do it, but when you have that art, you can master it. But you got to know how to reinvent yourself. Because if you keep learning how to reinvent yourself, your art gonna stay the same. You got a name for that, but if you reinvent yourself until he got his own story. They know him. He played ball. He rap, but he reinvented himself. So he tapping into a different market. So. Not only he has that market, he got this market, this market, this market. And then again, he gonna reinvent himself because he finding different ways how he can implement stuff in the store. It's a cycle. You're gonna continue to elevate.
So I was gonna say now that it's kind of coming back full circle, you're back in basketball now.
Yeah.
What's going on?
With the AAU program, and that was something that it really came about just from the barbershop talk that guys do every day. You know what I'm saying? And it started getting so, as dudes, bro, it started getting so hectic. Like, dudes will really fall out over it.
But tell me more, because you said your dad had a barbershop.
You're right.
Right.
Yeah,
Your mom did hair. Right.
They had salon, and my dad had a barber school. So, barbershop talk, talking knowledge. So I was like, man, you know what? So, my home, and it's a lot of like players I can shout out. I got a lot of NBA homies, like real homies, like Steve Jackson, real homies. But I didn't help them get to where they at or nothing like that. I don't know. I'm saying this was real individuals, and we, met. But I had cats like Earl Clark, who was went to
Still working on our plates.
he was a McDonald's All-American. Went to Louisville, stuff like that. So I watched his draft process. So I started understanding, like, knowing who agents were. I had a friend who worked for an agency. So I started understanding, like, okay, this the agent. It's, seeing how they getting them from high school to college, the whole thing. And then start seeing how grimy the agency business is, to where, sometimes you can't just be next to an athlete and just go along for the ride.
Right.
You gotta like kind of see what's going on with that. So and I'm like, you know what, I want to start it. I really want to put my shit in. My basketball mind and everything I did for hooping.
Right.
Because me and our friends, my homies, every Sunday we'll go hooping for nothing, for free. And argue like we're going to the, like it's a championship or some shit. You dig what I'm saying? So I said, man, all of this energy and knowledge, I want to see, can I use this and help the youth? And I had to see that the game done changed so different. Like the style of coaching, my coach, my mom took me to, like this nigga actually, hate to say, like this nigga gonna rough you up in front of you.
Ain't like that no more. You can't do that.
You can't do that.
I don't want to say they soft, but they sensitive, very delicate, emotional, mentally.
Yeah.
You got to make sure that a boy to a man,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and that they understand and they're ready to prepare for that, because you can't expect you can't treat a boy as a man if he's not there mentally to do it in the game.
Right. And I try to find, so I got into that to try to find that. And then I started looking up, right? I'm like, damn, I don't got one friend in the NBA no more. I think I got like one client. Shout out Jason Wallace, who was a first rounder this year. He was a lottery pick for OKC. But my homie, Shane Coleman, assistant coach for Kentucky, he brought him to the store. So I'm like, damn, dude, I got no horse in the race no more. So I don't go to games.
Right.
I never really bought a ticket like that. You know what I'm saying? And then the
Just
Bulls,
being so tapped in,
like,
and your store is around the corner from the
right around
stadium.
there, so I don't really go no more. So I'm like, damn, man. Then I look and see how all these kids, you know, I'm a YouTube junkie. So when I'm seeing all these YouTube kids, and I'm like, oh, these kids are taking off. So you look at the ones who don't get that shine. So I said, you know what? You got these bigger companies that's throwing them shoes and all that shit. And that's all the ones at the top want to see me on. Like,
Right.
So I stopped finding, and I always say, give me a bunch of Chevys and I'm going to turn them to the guys.
Yeah.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying? A bunch of young dogs from the neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? And put them together like, nah, and match them up against them. Like, so-and-so really not getting it. Because you're looking at the highlight.
Because you can take.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't see the 10 shots that he missed.
You want to see the good.
Then parents do it too. Like parents will get a delusional sense too. Like I remember, and it's really like I'm at that point of just trying to like teach. It's developing.
Right.
The whole shit of developing. You call shit like some parents be like, all right, well if your kid good at this, something he needs to work on.
Right.
What do you think he's doing? I catch parents at the time. Well, let's just focus on what he's good at.
Right.
That doesn't make you complete.
He's not complete.
Yeah, you got to be well-rounded.
He can be good right there, and then when he gets
But you
to
can't
college,
grow because you're not trying to grow.
Yeah. Then the first thing they do out of the school is when the coach, they don't allow their kids to get coached.
oh yeah,
Coach say something or sit them down too long. They ready to lead the whole. They got
Lead
the
a team.
transfer.
right.
Look at like the portal.
Yeah.
Everybody leads
Yeah.
like that. Bro.
We was talking about that on one of the episodes about like how it affects the student,
Affects the coaches.
the
a lot.
coaches,
Yeah.
They
the
gotta
decisions
tell
of
them they gotta
staying to
fix it.
school or not. It's a job at the end of the day. They got a family to feed. Does it look good on them?
That's why a lot
You
of
know,
these
it's a lot of
coaches
it.
leave and they ain't
Yeah.
coaching no more.
Yeah,
And
retiring,
And I think the NIL is great because when you look at the concept of what it's
payment for the talent whenever you
But
can.
I think it need to be some stipulations.
Yeah.
Right.
At least pay them what the scholarship is worth.
Right.
And I think it should be performance based.
Mhm.
If you perform at a certain level, then I'll be looking at it like some of this should be lies. It can't be all this money for like, cause what you selling?
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got a homie who got it. Like I know it's cool. Like, come on, man, is he?
Or how does this kid have an $8 million NIL deal when you make more than some of these players in the league? How is that possible?
So they don't have to go.
How's that possible? I know they were talking about college athletes starting to get paid now because they're the ones bringing the revenue into the game, to the school.
But you heard that game too. You
Yeah.
have to think about that. Like, man, you know why you heard it? And it's a good hurt. It ain't a bad one. Because now these dudes are their own walking building.
Yep.
When you style them, so it's smart that you. So okay, that's a good question. Like, how do you, like pick who you see? Like, okay, I'm not like, how do you pick who you gonna style versus them coming to you? Like, is it something that you?
How do I like recruit them? Or
Yeah, in
how
a
do I
sense.
approach them? Like, what's
I'm
my
quite
pitch?
sure they approach you. In a sense, or you might be in there and you know the conversation.
So I keep it humble sometimes when they do approach me.
Mhm.
And I'm very flattered when they do.
Yeah.
And I'm very appreciative from whoever referred me, because that's more likely where it came from. Somebody referred them to me versus then like, oh, I saw you did so I want to rock with you. It's never like that. It's never. You rather believe the real testimony from somebody's mouth
Mhm.
versus just kind of figuring out on your own and then getting a sour taste because you don't know what it really was.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm very flattered. Like, for example, like Jalen reached out to me through a referral,
Yeah.
and he said, "Hey, I want to work with you this year. I want to be seen. I want them to talk about me." Granted, it is his contract year, and I'm not gonna lie, we did go viral.
No, for sure.
We went viral. We had some dope fits that were posted. The Bears posted him every single game,
Mm-hmm.
playing or not,
No,
homo.
for sure.
He got, it was
He's a
seen.
pro bowler.
He was a Pro Bowl. He was correction, was an all pro, meaning he's the best in his position. So, you know, with that, I was very flattered. Like that means I'm doing something right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how they say if somebody talking about you or they hate on you, you're doing something right. You're doing something right. So either way, I'm doing something right enough that she asked about me to style. And so, you know, I always do a little consultation, kind of pick the brains and see what they want first. Because my biggest challenge on styling everybody and anybody, because I'm open to everybody, is that are they open to my full creative control? Right. We're gonna work together, and I'm gonna cross it through first. But sometimes it gets to a point, for example, like with Lakin, like I've been working for so many years that he gives me full creative control because I know my product, I know what I'm gonna put on him, how it fits. I know his body type, and I know what's gonna flatter him. And you know, for any man, right? Whether once you know that you got that shit on and you look good, it's over with. It's over with.
And I think for you, it's like now you got a certain level of who you.
The caliber of people that I prefer to work with, preference.
Yeah, you got your own preference, and in football it's hard, so because you don't see their faces, you don't know them. But
then when they do the blog,
so why do you target them?
Why do I target the comedians?
Football fan too.
I'm a football fan. I'm a football fan. I'm a football fan. I mean, granted, I'm from Chicago, so I grew up
I'm attracted to football.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I grew up in the Jordan era.
Yeah.
So basketball, football, you know, I was never an athlete. I'm always academic. I was always an academic.
Y'all got y'all sour taste about hoopers.
What's that?
Like, because hoopers are like, in a sense, basketball players are like prima donna because they are seen.
They're divas. They're definitely divas for sure.
That's a tough thing.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Women could probably get some money out of
what you mean?
A hooper, like when you, because I got in, and when I had to get in and get certain clients, I had to do so much free shit. I'm talking about the real shit. I ain't a cap. I'm talking about bank account on negative at times.
Freaking?
No, I'm talking about to get them as a client.
Got you.
Giving them something.
Got you. Yeah. Okay.
To get them. Just if I saw him again, he gonna remember me.
So
it's time
I think like well both of y'all live right. From in the aspect you got your AAUT, then you have clients. If you start young, because right now it's important, right? So how many when you look at high school and college players, right? Because your AAU team is going
15 to 17. Yeah.
So you look at that, you're supposed to, like I was telling her too, grab those younger guys and mold them.
That's why I like to get the rookies first because but he's now college, right? He's 4, and I can mold them and grow with them.
I was telling you about it.
Yeah.
So the guy I interviewed, Ryan Williams.
Yeah.
One high school football player in the nation. We got a basketball guy as well. Number one scorer, he plays for Link. Number one for Link.
I get where you're coming from. I'm still a grown woman, right? So I have to make sure they understand that this is a business because if they see a pretty face.
But you got to think they're gonna see that anyway.
Pretty face before they see the business.
But you got to look at this. They see pretty faces.
And it's not that.
That's my
But you can't talk to them. You talk to their parents because they can't even sign consents to even work with you without the parents.
But then reaching out to the parents is always, you know.
But that's the thing, though. Yeah. That's the key. Once you get the parent, you can like, no, I'm no lie. Because think about it, Illinois, like people get paid in high school.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to pull a move for a kid. But it's to sit down and tell them family. Right. Think about if somebody could say, man, what you tell John Moran? I can't tell him shit, but I don't know what it's like that. 200
million. I probably did the same thing.
The homies don't know neither.
Right.
So you got to get at least in the, I'm going to sit you down and say, you got to be in room with other people that got that situation. Right. You know what I'm saying? And realize, keep the main thing the main thing. Right. I'm watching all the fans that get, Instagram and the celebritized. And we just go into the games and if people don't know some of the stuff like that. Every time a player gives you tickets, all of them not free.
No, they come out of their check.
They come out of their check.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
They come out of their check.
And then when the season is not in, if you're not making no off the field or off the court money, there's no checks coming in.
Yep. And this is why I've been, like with my clients, I come as a consultant as well, not just as a stylist. I'm a public relations image consultant. So we talk about that too. Are you signed with an agency? Who's your agent? Get on your agent. Let's get on a call with your agent right now. Let's talk some things. Let's get brand deals, sponsorships, endorsements. Let me, oh yeah, you got this agency that could go tap into this brand. Let me know what the budget they're giving me to pick out clothes for you to dress you, right? And I feel like that's untapped because people don't think about it that way, or the fact that even with brands and boots and businesses, right? Like you have your Fleeclub brand, and you have that's like you say, you're in a negative because you're giving stuff away.
Stuff away. I have to do that.
But even now,
I still do it.
Yeah, but even now, I think these brands don't understand these up and coming. This is just advice to up and coming brands. Is when you produce your product, right, and you say you make 100 pieces, just know you need to expect that 50 of those pieces are going to be given away.
Be free.
They're going to be free, right?
Sure.
And with that, they need to understand when they are doing it. That's cool. Your friends are wearing it, but your friends should be buying them. Let's be honest. Your friends should be supporting you.
It's funny you say
right?
that.
Your friends, even if you're like, man, I'll throw you a deal, I'll give you to what I pay for. That's what they should be paying you, right? But then, so if that's the case, when you are giving yourself for free, make it make sense. Why are you giving it to this player who's not gonna wear it? Why are you giving it to this rapper who's not gonna do nothing for you? So now you give away free product without a purpose.
Yeah.
So that's the game. Is you have to be strategic about how you handle your business, because that's why you are going to go into a negative, because you're not doing it right. And you're not doing it.
But I mean, what I was saying in that point was like the risk that you got to take.
There is a risk.
So many people.
But you gotta think it through.
Thinking about money early on. You did what I'm saying? Like they'll think like, damn, I'm finna go. Like, what do I look and say? Damn, if I sold Drake something one time,
Right.
that ain't gonna be enough to. If I gave him something now, able to get in this room.
You ever see that video where dude trying to play Meek Mill about the shoes?
Yeah.
And instead of giving it for the price that he said it, for Meek to be like, man, old boy took care of me. He said, nah, this is a set price, bro. You hustled backwards.
You hustled backwards in a sense.
But it all depends on the person that they business though. He knew that sneaker. He didn't know what he knows talking about. Them shoes, he had to pay that price. He can't get that for nowhere else.
So that was a.
I mean, that's why I said it's
I ain't no nigga that just spent my money.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, he gonna will and deal with you.
Right.
So you gotta look at someone like a me. You know, bro, he can go through. Oh, it's a prime example. Just did last time I was in Indianapolis for Future. Cause I ain't seen Future in years, but I'm in a different space. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, they giving me tickets the whole night. So I gotta gift them something.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Two, so in the but also my thing too is I treat the I remember like a lot of these cats when been like on the road and tours and stuff like that. I would stay cool with who actually
supported you.
Somebody know who really worked for him. Right. Really there. So his brother Casino. Make sure I throw this to Casino. He gonna get on the jet and tell people.
Casino gonna wear it. He gonna get
Casino jacket. I guess so I made a varsity jacket.
Prime example, Twan with the hats.
There you go.
Prime example, RGB Twan.
Yeah.
Shout out to Twan.
Yeah.
Prime example, RGB Twan. Everybody like Future. Everybody thought that was Future brand.
Yeah.
Future wore so damn much.
Like $2,000. It was an investment. You know what I'm saying? You throw that shit on, it's all right. And it's also showing like you care about what you do too. And it's not about and I had to start thinking that what things do I have that money can't I need? Right. I try to have more of those and stuff.
Relationship.
Exactly.
Energy.
There's gonna be somebody.
Access.
Exactly. And there's some people that have the money.
Favors.
You start getting a lot of money, you start getting death. Right. You don't want to listen to nobody. You get complacent in some people. And they feel like it's paid, and I can sit back and they stop popping their pee and they stop, having tactics, you know what I'm saying? So I still use certain tactics depending on, what it is. And like I would say, with MISSY, like really, that the grassroots part is really dope because nobody really puts a light on these kids until they make it.
Yeah.
Right. But that's what I was telling her too with the podcast. She was starting like the PR and marketing company too. So with the podcast, you can build a podcast up to the point to where we get sponsorships for everywhere else, and then we take that PR marketing. And come to you. You got hey bro, let's partner. We can give him this deal, this deal. You got your guy, we do business. But that's how you do. That's why I was telling like if you start early with these, you teach them. this.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't play basketball forever.
For real.
If you look like at a person like Odell Beckham, prime example,
Yeah.
he's making way more money.
Way more money off
off
the field.
LeBron James making way more
Now
money.
I see you in that
off
way.
the
Not
court.
saying
Yeah.
per se, but who's the next Odell?
Right.
Like, can you find that? That's what's gonna make to me
Or different.
to say
His longevity.
Missy that one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I look at that with certain agencies. Like, if you got somebody, you got Anthony Davis, and I ain't saying that because
He's from Chicago.
but he's already made.
He's already there.
You know what I'm saying?
No, this is why I appreciate
Who
it.
made who saw Dame Lillard?
So, for example, I also have one of our Bears rookies, Tariq Stevenson. You know, that way I can mold and grow with him as he develops himself, his style.
Yeah.
You know, if he wants to, because he doesn't care to get dressed every week. But Jalen does. We doing this because we want to get seen. We want to get paid, right? This is my year to get paid. So let me do this. And I have other players as well who, you know, have been rocking with me since they got signed as rookies. And I know they don't have the bag yet.
Yeah.
But that's cool. I'm still gonna work with you, and we're gonna figure stuff out. And then when you do get that bag, I'm the first one on your team.
That's gonna get that.
I'm gonna be on your team. I'm gonna be on your payroll, not
Yeah,
just
for
on
sure.
your team. I'm already on your team,
Right.
but now I'm solidified as the next. Yeah, exactly.
And that's why with the team I did, because I knew coming in as a reseller, there was a lot of times corporate trying to get away from me. So Nike not gonna sit down
No.
and they know I'm a backbuster.
Yeah.
That's the way I come.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
would I say I would never work for Nike? Of course I would, but I would work in a different, creative brand, that kind of thing. So, I'm like, well, cool. If I get into grassroots, baby, now look what I'm doing. It ain't just about basketball. So I don't cut kids either. Like, I do a tryout, and that's just to get them in.
But you coach them, right? Because even if they're not that good, we're gonna tell them how to get
What I
better.
do is this: if they're not that good at basketball, because you gotta play. That's the right thing. I'm not gonna be having you a babysitter.
Right.
Just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
you gotta want to play.
Right.
Now that's the next thing. Now the second thing is you gotta want to learn. Now the ones that's not that good and it's not there, guess what I tell you? You still want us to travel with their thing, but you gonna hold the camera.
Right.
And when they get around each other and they joke with each
And then
other,
they learn different.
Like,
They learn
the
different.
camera and be good at
there
the
you
camera.
go. So
He
when they
may not
joke
want
each
to
other,
play.
you can't even get in the game. So now what I do with them, and look how much media and cameraman they.
Yeah.
Now dog,
Now
all
we
we can do
teach
is
them-
basketball.
Now we teach them a different
And
skill
I do
set.
that even with my friends.
Smart. That's
So
smart.
the homies don't even do nothing else different. We go to the restaurant and niggas will get the same shit.
Right.
So I started like being different. I started to read the menus. You know what I'm saying? And I take them.
Right.
My kids, they do that McDonald's shit here and there because they just.
They
That's
it's
what
what
they gonna do it anyway.
But-
Yeah.
they kids.
Last time we was here, we go to a nice report, right in front of us on the sit and
Because they don't teach that in school no more. I went to a college prep and they didn't teach us that a kid.
No lie.
Yeah, they don't teach
I
that.
do that. I see that. And I'm not recording every time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I done been through stuff, but they done snuck out and shit. And I'm like, I done came out on the weekend. I got
Because you that big bro.
no for real.
You gotta step in because they don't have that male figure.
They
You
don't
gotta,
talk to me about basketball.
you gotta step in and be that big bro.
No, you got to. And then having a store that fucks it up.
Right.
Coach, you got these for? It's never about basketball. I got like a handful, like through that have sent me like hard to go. Like, fuck, I appreciate you, man.
Right.
That's what these
But
boys
you
think in that
She
direction.
need that.
And down the line, it's gonna help because that's gonna pay off with them. They
You're not
gonna
letting them be
remember.
there. Like I got one in that rap.
Right.
And they be like, oh, you shit they talk about is the. Then I tell them, hey, get you what the things called a flash drive.
Yeah.
I said, get a flash drive, let's go to the restaurant, I'll get you like 20 of them. So join out. Why you got the restaurant? And I asked them like the color jersey, the uniform and stuff. So they actually designed their own, which is basic as hell, because they be wanting to be basic. But I'm really like, y'all designed this myself.
Right.
Like y'all,
I'm teaching them everything
teaching them
outside
everything
of
what I
basketball.
do.
Marketing. You're going
Marketing is what I do.
everything.
Like you designed yours. And so I had a pop up with and it's hard. That's why I say you in a tough slot, like with those. You in a good slot because you more. So I say you more so with like football. Even at a young age, basketball player. So I didn't have no sponsorships, right? So you gotta fake it to make it in a sense, right? So LeVar Ball ended up being a pop up shop at my store. So super good, and I do my homework, right?
Right.
I was watching LeVar Ball and Yachty. So I was looking at shit that he liked. Like, he keep milk cream, cookies and shit like that. So I made sure, I had that for him. So he ended up staying like 4 hours. He was only supposed to stay 2. He ended up staying like 4 hours. So I got to hollering at him, and I'm like, yo, it's a way to have big baller brands. So like, hey, you do the uniform. He did the uniforms for me. So it was so hard for me to get them boys to wear the uniform.
Oh yeah.
You know,
That ain't Nike. That ain't
ain't Nike.
Yeah.
I said, man, y'all listen to me, man. I said, it's gonna make us
Ownership
look.
though.
It's
Yeah.
ownership. I'm trying
Yeah.
to tell y'all, they didn't want to do that shit. So put that shit on them after the game was over. Every kid in there, how did you guys get big ballers here? Now they looking at me.
Listen to it.
You know what I'm saying? So